Just a young gun with a quick fuse.
Few of us arriving at Hampton at the age of 11 or 13 have any concept of how important the next few years will be.
When I first walked through those gates, I had no idea what to expect. Massive school. First thoughts were just getting through that first week. Then suddenly it hits you that it's not as scary as you think, and you see all the opportunities on offer.
2016-17 saw Hamptonians making the most of every opportunity. Here's a flavour of life at Hampton last year.
There will be success in every field, but more than that, the atmosphere within the school will always just be positive, energetic. Typical Hampton year, that buzzing, vibrant, so much going on. Everyone will be enjoying themselves, pushing themselves, and you can really sense the fun around the school.
Trumpeter Will Thomas had a year to remember after entering the competition for the Junior Guildhall's most prestigious award, the Lutein Prize.
So I entered it with about 50 other people, thinking, oh, it's a nice thing to do, I wouldn't get anywhere. And then I got through to the final 6, and then the final was 3 weeks later. Obviously quite a high standard because it's the top musicians from like the conservatoire, and just some of the standard that people were playing at was phenomenal. I just never thought I'd win, but amazingly I did, so it was great. I'd sum up my year, it's gone pretty well, so yeah, very happy.
Our chemists also received recognition. 11 pupils at the notoriously difficult Cambridge Chemistry Challenge, with all of them receiving awards. Sam Reynolds was presented with the top Rowan Genium Award.
The Cambridge Chemistry Challenge is a challenging paper for lower sixth students. About 7,000 students take it every year, and I was lucky to come in the top 0.78%, which is the top 6 students in the country. Learning that I was a Rowan Genium Award winner was really exciting for me. It really boosted my confidence, and it's one of my biggest achievements, I think.
Hampton is renowned for its academic standards, and this year's public examination results lived up to expectation. The IGCSE and GCSE grades set new school records. Over 93% of all the grades were A star or A, and 49 boys achieved all A star grades.
I woke up quite early in the morning and I was feeling very nervous. It was a massive occasion going with my parents into school. I managed to achieve 10 A stars and I was absolutely delighted, and it was so incredible to see how many other people achieved such a spectacular achievement across the board, across the whole year, how good the results have been.
A-level results were equally impressive. 23 boys chalked up all A-star grades, with 19 boys securing A-stars in 4 subjects. Casper Payton achieved the equivalent of a remarkable 5 A-star grades.
I think I was actually the first one to collect my results at 7:30. I looked at the result sheet and I opened it and I saw a D1 and I thought, oh, this is quite interesting. And then I looked down and I saw another D1 followed by 3 A-stars, and I just thought, wow, I've actually made this. I've achieved a perfect score. And honestly, it was such a sense of relief and pride that all my hard work had paid off. Those results were a testament to all the effort put in by all the different teachers at Hampton who really supported me throughout the whole 2-year A-level course.
Casper was just one of many Hampton linguists who excelled this year. He and fellow Francophile Rohan Bhatia were invited to the French ambassador's summer party after an excellent performance in the final of the National French Debating Competition.
The highlight's definitely been to come here to the Résidence Française, which has been absolutely amazing to get the opportunity to mingle with high-profile figures in Anglo-Franco relations. Other than that, I'd also say the final rounds of the competition themselves were very high-charged and very rewarding. The fact that you have to stand up in front of people and actually fight for a topic in a foreign language really helps you in terms of coming out of your shell. So I believe that in that context as well, it's extremely valuable.
Well, I'm very impressed, and I congratulate them.
Walking down the art corridor at Hampton invariably invokes a wow moment, and this year's artists did not disappoint. Particular mention must be made of Ben Murphy, whose stunning portfolio of work helped to secure him a place at the Bartlett School of Architecture. Talent in the performing arts was also very clear to see, with hundreds of senior dramatists and musicians taking part in productions throughout the year.
Then, there were none.
This last year's been one long highlight.
West Side Story, in one word, magical.
Last year's Hampton and LEH musical was one of the most ambitious school productions ever undertaken.
It was very difficult, apart from the acting and the singing, which is a given. The ballet is extremely challenging.
Dancing was really challenging. We all sort of knew what we wanted to happen, but actually getting it to happen was a different story. People would be trying to accomplish these magical moments where the girl would be on their shoulder and they'd be twirling around.
I had to do a lift where sort of throw your partner up into the air and catch them around the knees.
What you'd actually see would be a pile of 2 people on the floor.
And I missed. I sort of ended up doing the Heimlich manoeuvre, which wasn't great for anyone.
It didn't matter whether you were a chorus member or a lead part or what part you were. We were all a unit and we put on this performance which was more slick than I could have possibly hoped for.
West Side Story was an amazing show. There aren't enough words. Cracking.
Oh, what a night!
Yet again, Voices of Lions delivered a standout performance at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Voices of Lions this year has been really, really special. For me, I found this Edinburgh was particularly amazing. We have fun, which means everyone watching has fun. And you can really just tell there's a great atmosphere there. Teenage boys are probably one of the least likely groups of people you'd imagine to really be passionate about singing, just because, you know, imagine everyone's a bit self-conscious, but we have some amazing moments where we create a really big sound. So, yeah, we're good when we want to be, when we work hard.
Our senior sportsmen competed at the top level in regional, national and international competitions last year. Hamptonians gave the school much to be proud of.
Reaching the national finals of the ISGA was an awesome achievement. We got through a really difficult group in our region, and then to get to the actual finals competition was amazing.
We won the national team chess challenge, which was very good. We did quite well in the league, came second, so I was very proud of our team.
There are many fond memories of last season for our senior footballers after they reached the final stages of both the Independent and English Schools Football Association Cups.
Both the ISFA and the ESFA competitions are huge national ones, ISFA being purely independent schools and ESFA being pretty much every school in England. So to get to the last 8 in ESFA out of 400 odd schools is a huge achievement, especially losing to their winners in both competitions is really good. And I'd say in both competitions we were quite unlucky to lose.
6 senior footballers were selected for the ISFA national sides last year, with Harry Fuller now playing soccer at Cornell University. Hampton's rugby teams can also look back on last season with a sense of job well done.
It was a completely fresh team. We managed to win all but one of our games in the Esher President's Cup. Then winning the first game against John Fisher was a big step for us. From here the team looked very strong and we went on to beat sides in the rest of the season such as Dulwich, Bishop's Wordsworth School and Warwick. The Sevens was where we excelled massively as a team.
After victories in the Hampton and Middlesex tournaments, the team reached the final of the Surrey Sevens competition for the first time in the school's history.
So welcome to the centrepiece of today's Gulliver Sports Travels Surrey Senior Sevens, the cup final contested between Beecham Cliff School and Hampton. Hampton getting a chance early on to see if they can create something from a tap and go. Will Verdam this is, the man who has done so much damage to opponents in this tournament, and now it will be the first try for Hampton.
George Sitzis scored first, finishing off an opportunity, showing his pace. Here's George Sitzis absolutely storming up the left-hand side, leaving many defenders completely for dead. And then offloading nicely to Nick van der Merwe, who dots the ball down for the try.
And Hampton just go up another gear in this final. And from some distance, the kick is put over by Rowan Grundy.
Lewis then went on to score another try, handing off his opponent strongly and diving in the corner to make us win, scoring 4 tries overall.
Hampton take the Gulliver Sports Travel Senior Sevens title. Fantastic result for them.
Lifting the trophy and to have Hampton School engraved on the trophy for the first time gave me an enormous amount of pride and probably my greatest sporting achievement at the school.
Among the wealth of individual talent, Lewis Liner caught the eye of the England selectors. Lewis received the call-up to represent England in the international against Wales while at home with his family.
I got picked on the evening they were about to go out to dinner. My granddad was right next to me and I wasn't able to sit down for dinner after that. I was just really excited, and my granddad afterwards told me it was one of the best moments of his life, just being there to hear the news.
Lewis was named vice-captain for the England side.
To be chosen as vice-captain was a really great honour for me. The biggest highlight is we got a penalty on the left side in our 2 and the scrum half tapped quickly and drew the man and passed to me, and I just ran down the line and passed to the winger who sprinted down the touchline to score, which is it's just really simple rugby, and I guess that's what gets you tries. But my dad said I played well, so if I'm trusting his judgment on me.
The 2016-17 Hampton cricket season will go down in the history books.
Last season was just special for all involved in every way, both in terms of concrete results and just the team spirit we had and how much we enjoyed playing cricket together. I've never been involved in a team like it. In a season where 4 bowlers took 30 wickets, which is almost unheard of, one batsman scored 900 runs, another scored 800, it's very hard to pick individual success. I think it was just the fact that about 9 players in the team had their best season ever.
Batsman Todd Ryan entered the school and national record books.
One of the things I'll never forget about the season was Todd's achievement against Canberra Grammar. Todd was, I think, just past his 100. Then what followed was unbelievable. Out of nowhere, it all went mad, and he ended up scoring 200, which is an average of 4 runs and over, single-handedly for 50 overs. And when you put it in those terms, it's quite flabbergasting. And I don't think any of us could quite believe what we saw, and I don't think we'll ever see anything like it again.
The 2016-17 season was a real step on for Hampton rowing, with strong results across all year groups, including a bronze medal for Tom Worthington at the Junior World Championships, 4 gold medalists at the Home International Regatta, 4 gold medals in the GB match against France, and a number of medalists at the national regattas.
The boat club yet again upheld its reputation for producing top athletes.
From when I started rowing at Hampton, it had always been a goal of mine to row for GB. It was everything I could have hoped for. It was an amazing experience.
After winning their heat in convincing style, the GB8 with Tom at number 2 lined up for the final.
We are underway. They're out of the blocks. 6-8 shoot out of the starting line.
The race was, straight off the start, it was ferocious, it was unforgiving. It became a three-horse race between us, the Germans, the Americans, right until the line.
We come to the last 150 metres. They're absolutely neck and neck. So close for silver and bronze, I can't choose it.
We managed to come away with a bronze medal. It was a really tight finish. It still hasn't really sunk in yet, but to go on the podium in front of family and friends, and they call out GB and you get the medal placed around your neck, it was really something I'll never forget.
Nearly 2,000 boys went on trips to all 4 corners of the earth last year. Intrepid adventurers could sample scuba diving in the crystal clear waters of Cape Maclear in Malawi. Others could find their challenges close to home.
We arrived in the New Forest, not 100% knowing what it would hold in store for us.
Oh, I just stepped on a huge...
Oh, jeez.
We decided to find out about the trees of the New Forest, sort of deciduous, coniferous, you know, other trees, all of them pretty much.
Here we encounter our first tree, an oak tree. Beautiful, just beautiful.
We made a point to pick out great looking trees.
Here we have a Douglas fir.
Tom especially enjoyed its earthy scent.
It does smell.
Give it a smell.
No.
My penny whistle rang out across the New Forest as we found ourselves becoming closer and closer with the trees.
What do we call this?
Coniferous?
A coniferous woodland.
It was just a great 3 days, really. Who knew there was so much interesting facts to learn about trees?
Another pupil who enjoys the adventurous side of life is RAF cadet Alex Witt. Last year, Alex was named one of the top air cadets in the country and awarded a national Geoffrey de Havilland flying scholarship, which includes 13 hours of flight training.
Alright, it's a lovely day. It's a little bit breezy down low.
There's only 4 people in the country who get to do this, and it's a huge stepping stone on the way to achieving your own pilot's licence, and I think that's something that not many people are at my age can say, and I'm really sort of honoured and proud of that. The amount of work that I put in makes it even more special. Every time you fly, there's always sort of like a glee that you get when you sort of swing onto the runway. And I think you're lining up, you just think, the whole world is your oyster at that stage. And that freedom that you get from it is really quite cool. And that sort of smoothness as well, you're sort of up there, you can look around and the view is incredible. Looking back at my time at Hampton, I would say that I found it incredibly rewarding. My 2016, which I did with the cadets, was just one of the most important years of my life, and that was something that I really, really, really enjoyed.
(2016-2017) has been another classic Hampton year. The upper 6th leavers have now moved on, but it's clear to see that their Hampton days have left a lasting impression.
I've just left and I'm already thinking how fast my time here went.
Make the most out of it. It's just a great opportunity just to be here.
I would say just aim high and commit to what you want, because Hampton gives you all the resources, everything you need to pursue your dreams.
Looking back, you really realise how good you had it.
Life Hampton's, I feel, has given me everything I needed to go on to be the person I want to be.
I think I can leave Hampton with a real sense of confidence, fulfilment and pride.
My message to those still at school or just starting out on their journey would simply be to throw yourself into everything that's offered.
Thank you. It's been amazing. I am very sad to leave.